And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the continuation of the StarsWar 11 EU and America's Open Qualifier number 1. Welcome to a qualifying match. I apologize for the extended break, but the vetoes took some time, took a bit of a while to really get going. But the veto process has concluded, and we're getting into game number 1 of this qualifying match. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the blue Zerg player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is YoungYakov. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player representing Team Liquid from the land of Poland. It is Elazer. Oh boy, for those that are curious, it is top four players in the bracket qualify for the closed qualifiers of the StarsWar European and Americas regionals. And we're there in a qualifying match. As a reminder, best of 3. It is a best of 3 between these two players, which is brutal, by the way. For a qualifying match to only be a best of 3, is all I can say. Like, that's a that's brutal. That's crazy, but that's crazy. And we'll see who can make it through. Again, I feel like Elazer obviously is one of the best Zerg players in all of Europa, in all of Europe. But despite that, specifically in a mirror matchup, upsets can happen. Upsets, they can and will happen, and we can see YoungYakov. I can definitely see him popping off here against Elazer. It could go either way. If you're in the chat, predictions are soon to be open. One moment, I'm just... YoungYakov. Bam. Okay, if you're in the chat, predictions are open. You can place your bets, Bobby. Place your bets. Predictions open. Place your bets on who you believe is going to be qualifying here for the closed qualifier. Will it be one Zerg player or the other? Up to you. Up to you to decide. As we do have Elazer coming in, or both players coming in with their overlords, going to be scouting each other. It was a hatch gas pool. Standard opener out of YoungYakov. Standard opener out of Elazer as well. So nothing too crazy, at least in the early game. We're not going for like a 13-12 or a 12-11 or a 12 pool or a 15-15. Everything is by the book so far. Link speed is on the way. This should be leading to a third. Both players should be soon taking their third bases, soon throwing down their baneling nests, and working towards 3-base play, towards a little bit of Ling Bane into Roaches. We'll see if anyone applies more pressure in the Ling Bane phase and floods Lings. That's really what we're looking for, and we're also trying to pay attention to see if anyone stays on 2 bases. As we can see so far, third base for Elazer, third base for YoungYakov. There's no 2-base play whatsoever. So everything is looking normal. Everything is looking as it should for the time being. As Lings have arrived, they're going to be applying a bit of pressure. Baneling Nest is on the way for Elazer. Baneling Nest also on the way for YoungYakov at standard timing. So again, everyone is playing normally. Everyone's playing standard right now. Let's go. You do love it to see it. As behind this, you have, just a couple of Lings poking and prodding. Both players are amassing 14 Lings each, by the way. So we have 14 Lings on the way for YoungYakov, 14 Lings on the way, 16 on the way for Elazer. So both players are committing to Ling Bane aggression. Both players are going to be moving out, and this is going to come down to the control. Who has better micro, who has better control, who can outmaneuver the other. As both players are focusing on Ling Bane. Let's go. Banelings are on the way. Lings are amassing. Likewise, Banelings also on the way here for YoungYakov across the map. Yeah, 4 from YoungYakov. 2 defensively here for Elazer. Another 2 on the way. Lings have arrived, and so far Elazer does push back the army. Remember, Elazer has a defender's advantage. He has queens. Elazer has queens to defend. YoungYakov does not. As up, tries to push in. 1 Baneling gets targeted. 2nd Baneling gets targeted as well. Better connection from Elazer. So far, Elazer is coming out on top in these trades. As I say that, is going to be leading out some of those Banelings. But overall, it does feel like Elazer, he does trade a little bit more efficiently. He does protect that third base, keeps it up and running. And across the map, he breaks into the natural. The Queen! The Queen gets around. It's going to be going down. Where are the defensive Banelings? There are none. The Queen does fall. Big pick off there for Elazer. Banelings are racing back home. Likewise, Elazer has a Baneling of his own. A wasted Baneling from YoungYakov. Ooh, bleeding out both. No! Good connection there from Elazer as well. He's breaking on through. YoungYakov in a lot of trouble. More Lings are on the way. Banelings are about to finish. They're seconds away from both players. No! Ooh, they finished just in time. But it looks like Elazer will lose all of his. There's one left here for YoungYakov. It gets targeted down as well. And YoungYakov will lose the third base. Again, the Ling Bane control was just not good enough here from YoungYakov. Bled out too much, traded too inefficiently, and Elazer, he's ahead. Elazer, he has a third base. YoungYakov does not, so he's just ahead in production. Gonna be head in that larva. And we have more Banelings on the way. Elazer, he wants to keep the pressure on. YoungYakov trying to get across the map, but he isn't able to. Now, YoungYakov, he can still bounce back. But he's supply blocked. Just now breaking free. Ooh. As Banelings are massing. YoungYakov avoiding them. Rotating over towards the left-hand side. Likewise, Elazer able to keep up with the rotation. Oh my god. Yeah, very nice control there out of Elazer. Trading one Ling for one Baneling. Chasing down his opponent. We have one more Baneling of YoungYakov coming in. Oh god! But it was premature. GG gets called. That's all YoungYakov had left. And Elazer will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. We had some standard openers. Everything was looking normal initially. And then, just like that, things popped off. Both players committed to Ling Bane aggression. But the reality is, at least in that game, in those moments, Elazer had the better control there. He was slightly better control with his Ling Bane. He was able to trade more efficiently. He was able to connect when it mattered most. And YoungYakov did fumble the ball a little bit there. Did fumble the ball a little bit there and just traded a little bit too poorly towards the end throughout. And with that, Elazer takes game 1. GG, well played. Now, as we get into this, a big shout out to Rodin18. Oh my god, Rodin, Papi, thank you so Papi, thank you so much for resubscribing for 5 months, almost half a year of support. Thank you, Papi, thank you. Thank you so much. Hope you've been enjoying the content. Hope you've been enjoying the casting. For those that are curious, we are going to be casting all of the open qualifiers for this event, and basically our schedule for the next month is full of qualifiers. It's full of StarsWar qualifiers, so we're all over it. Stay tuned. Stick around, mark your calendars, follow the channel, because we got plenty of StarCraft coming up here in the month of March, or in every month, all year round, to be fair. But thank you, thank you. Oh my god, we're popping off. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Solaris, we have our blue Zerg player currently down in this series, but going for a 13-12. Going for the 13-12. Let's go, Bobby. The blue Zerg player, it is YoungYakov. For the Platinum Heroes. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent going for a hatch first. The red Zerg player leading the series 1-0, representing Team Liquid from the land of Poland. It is Elazer. From the land of Bologna. Let's go. As we are settling into this again, YoungYakov, he went for a 13 gas into a 12 pool. This is a very aggressive, very committed, basically all in here from YoungYakov. Now, this should not be leading into a hatchery. We're going to be flooding Lings across the map. We're going to be throwing down a Bailey nest, rushing into Ling speed. Very aggressive build here. One of the most aggressive builds you can go for. 13-12 alongside 12-11s are, again, borderline all-ins. And it's going to be on Elazer to recognize what's happening fast enough and respond and react and control. Like, there's a lot of pressure here on Elazer. As Lings are moving out across the map, the Overlord will see this. The Overlord does scout, does confirm. Bailey nest is on the way, as we did mention here for YoungYakov. And Elazer is now aware, and back at home, it's all about minimizing losses, making sure we preserve our drones, and making sure we're fully aware of how to react. Now, against a 13-12, we don't need to save that natural. We could, but it's so risky to try and save it. Ideally, you just want to try and preserve your Lings, want to build up on 2 bases, but here we go. We are pulling the boys. Oh boy, this is going to be tough here for Elazer. Again, he has to make sure he does not lose too many workers. He needs to control. Spine Crawler is going to be on the way. 1 at the natural. Lings are amassing here for Elazer. Link speed finishing up in 10 seconds. For YoungYakov, Banelings are on the way. You can see here Elazer, he has to pull a couple of extra workers just to defend. Banelings have been revealed. The Queen is here. We do have some good SimCity. And the Banelings, they cannot bust into the natural base. One Baneling goes off. Very nice positioning there from Elazer. Another Baneling going to be connecting here. And Elazer, he's cleaning this up. It's so close to the Queen. It does live. Second Queen waddles up into the main base. And YoungYakov, we're running out of steam. Very clean defense here from Elazer. He loses 2 drones. He saves his natural. No Banelings left. I mean, you can't get better than that. Oh my god, Elazer, he shuts down the 13-12. YoungYakov just now transitioning into his natural base, building up his queens, trying to get the hell out of this. And Elazer, he's looking confident. He's looking good, looking powerful here. Again, we have 3 queens. 3 queens, and behind this, we don't have much gas to work with. Link speed is on the way. We can just drone and chill on 2 bases. YoungYakov, this should be leading into, I imagine, 2 base aggression with roaches. That's typically where this leads us in. Or, I mean, that's where 12 pools lead us. I'm curious where this will, we're going for a second wave. Banelings, they have been rebuilt. Oh, they don't quite get into that mineral line. Very close. YoungYakov, he's still behind. Like, YoungYakov, he's still committed. He knows that he needs to get damage done. Oh, as we target down a Baneling. And the other does fall. YoungYakov, try as he might, he was able to deny some mining time, but that is all he achieved. As the Elazer, he took it seriously. He evacuated the natural. He does defend. And Elazer maintains his lead. I mean, look at this. He's on 29 drones compared to the 21 of YoungYakov. Likewise, YoungYakov has been very, very wasteful with his gas spendage. I mean, with all those Banelings, of course. Meanwhile, Baneling S is on the way for Elazer. He will soon be able to counterattack and be active with his own Ling Bane. Which is why I'm curious. YoungYakov, he should be stuck on 2 bases. He should be looking to wall off. Without that, he's going to be quite vulnerable as he is amassing Lings. Okay, we're cutting drones at 26. YoungYakov massing Lings. Oh, Baneling is baited out. A bit of a brutal loss there for YoungYakov. Yeah, another Baneling has to be on the way. Elazer, he confirms the lack of gases at the natural, very big scout. He also confirms the lack of saturation, so he sees the low drone count of YoungYakov. That should be a tell. And back at home, we have more Banelings on the way. We have more Banelings amassing here. Well, we have 2 for Elazer. He's still droning. I'm a little bit concerned as YoungYakov is all in. You can see here, YoungYakov, he's got half the drone count of Elazer. If Elazer's too greedy, he can be caught with his pants down. He's taking his gases, going for a Roach Warren. Queens are amassing, still only 1 Spine Crawler. One Baneling gets baited out. It does get wasted. And the other as well, but 3 Banelings, they finish up just in time. Banelings, they try to waddle past the army, past the Queens. But not good enough. With that Elazer, he is defending. Queens are waddling on over. Third base is looking a little bit exposed, but YoungYakov is running out of steam. Another Baneling does get sniped. Yeah, Baneling's going to be connecting here. Decent connections from the side of YoungYakov. Not going to lie, decent connections. Diving on top of the Queens as well. We have transfuse. Yeah, we have plenty of transfuse available here for Elazer. There's 1 Baneling left, and it does go down. Big moment for YoungYakov. But who cares about Banelings? Who cares? Because we have Roaches. Roaches are coming. Roaches are on the way. Again, some nice control out of YoungYakov, but it's not going to be enough. Not with Roaches coming out. And YoungYakov is still on 28 workers. He's still down over 7 drones. Just now trying to get his third base up and running. YoungYakov, he was pretty all in with the 13-12, and he did not do enough. He did not do enough here. Baneling's going to be targeted down. GG gets called as we run out of steam, and Elazer will take the series 2-0, advancing on and qualifying through the European and American Open Qualifier number 1. GG. GG, very well played. Congratulations to Elazer as he does qualify for the closed qualifier. Again, this is a qualifier for a qualifier. It is brutal. It is not easy whatsoever. It's not easy. But regardless, GG, well played. Very well done here by Elazer, and wish him the best. Do wish him the best in the next round.